So my name is Daniel Ruben. I'm founder of Solvable Syndicate. We invest in early stage impact agtech and food tech startups. And I wear many hats to advance a better food system, mentoring at accelerators, angel investing. I have a newsletter called FoodTech Weekly, support a couple of VC firms, and I often moderate and keynote events trying to influence people in building a better food system. So the key highlights today I focused on was we built this modern food system to deliver cheap calories and high yields because historically people were undernourished and starving. And we built a system that's been very successful because we are actually eradicating hunger. By the Second World War, 50% were hungry, now we're down to 10%. So that's good, but at the same time, people are eating unhealthy foods, and these foods are produced in unsustainable ways. And this is damaging planetary health and human health in a very, very big way. So the next big challenge now is how do we deliver not just cheap calories for people, but how do we nourish people in an environmentally sustainable way? And that's what I try to convey in my speech. And I showed some examples of tech and innovation that can help us get there and try to end on a positive note. So overarching, the food system needs three big things. We need to increase productivity, we need to cut post-harvest food loss and food waste, and we need to shift to sustainable, nourishing dietary patterns. There's no reason a cow in Sweden should produce 20 times more milk than a cow in Africa. So we need to bring them up to the same level. We need to cut food waste because we're wasting 30% of foods produced. In emerging markets, food doesn't get to the consumer. In rich markets, people waste food at the restaurant and supermarket and consumer level, and this needs to stop. It's immoral, it's not good for the environment. And third, we need to shift what people are eating. So eat less of some things, eat more of other things, because our dietary patterns is actually destroying human health. And technology can play a really, really big part in helping us achieve all these three things. And if any of these three you double click on, you'll find a plethora of exciting technologies that can help us get there. I think if you build a company where positive impact is built into the business model, then you're future-proof. So if you're building a company that's trying to be circular or environmentally sustainable or trying to do good for human health, then you sort of future-proof your business. Because in the future we can't produce food, we can't do things in unsustainable ways. The way we produce, process, distribute, consume, discard foods is not environmentally sustainable. So, and startups are trying to they're getting this, and they're trying to change things. And this takes time because there's obstacles, there's regulatory obstacles, consumer acceptance obstacles, technological obstacles, but we have to get there. And I see a lot of investments across the board in Europe, in North America, in this part of the world, trying to invest in the next generation of innovators and entrepreneurs to get us to where we need to be. So Gulfood Green, I think, has a tremendous role to play by bringing together the entire ecosystem. Big companies and corporates, startups and founders and entrepreneurs, investors, activists, journalists, policymakers, come together, have a conversation about what food system we want for our children and grandchildren, and how can we get there? Is it through better policy? Is it better information and education? Is it through tech and entrepreneurship and innovation? So what do we deploy when? And have that conversation together and then start building. And I think that's what's so magic about this place, that you bring all these change makers together, you get to meet in person and have those important conversations and then go home and build.